Let's roll into our betting picks of the night, and then we'll get you guys out of here. Again, we appreciate you guys being here. If you guys like collectibles, if you like sports gambling, please give us a follow here or subscribe to that. Share it with anybody that likes sports gambling, that likes collectibles. We're always talking about new product that's coming out, product that we have in the shop. And Joe and I are always giving you our educated guesses and when we're taking our calculated risk picks. So best line of the night, we liked Chet Holmgren. We talked about him a couple days ago about his rookie campaign that he's having this year. He went head-to-head with Victor Wembanyama the other night. Both of them disappointed a little bit. They didn't play their best. Chet missed a few shots, and I think he wound up with like 8 or 9 points. But he averages 15.7, averages 7.5 rebounds, averages 2.6 assists a night. So we're taking the over of 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists against Golden State. Golden State does not have Draymond Green because he is suspended for 5 games, who would probably be taking some of the brunt of defending Chet. He's probably going to be matched up with Dario Saric, I think is how you say his last name. But dude is 6'9", 6'10". As a power forward, Chet is 7'2", 7'3", with a crazy wingspan. I think Chet has a nice bounce back game, and I think he dominates him pretty easily tonight.
Before you move on, you talked about Draymond being suspended. Can we talk about what happened? Like, what are your thoughts there? Because obviously, they kind of got into a little squabble, and then Draymond came in and threw him in a chokehold, like straight rear naked. I understand wanting to protect your guy, but if you're trying to be the peacemaker, dude, grab your teammate.
Dude, Draymond is the worst. He is the worst. Let's call a spade a spade. You're absolutely right. Why did he and you even see Rudy. Rudy's like, all right, dude, get off of me. What are you doing? Like, I'm not even putting up a fight anymore. Like, stop. And he really wasn't, even in the beginning. He was kind of breaking it up, and he probably had his hand too close to Clay's neck that Golden State freaked out about. But
yeah, Rudy wasn't even involved in the original fight.
Dude, to me, it's Draymond being Draymond. Like, dude, you made a point to drag that man across the court 20 feet. Like, too much. Yeah. Too much. I think he should have been suspended 8 games. Like, I really do. But how about the theory? Oh, you weren't here yesterday. We were talking about it in the shop. There's a theory, and Rudy said this after the game, that Draymond just looks to get ejected anytime Steph is not playing.
I saw that. Yeah.
So it would be interesting. And then Brant was in here yesterday, and he was like, dude, I went back and looked at it, and there's like 5 or 6 times that Steph didn't play, and like Draymond got ejected. Like, it's been hilarious, yeah. So I thought that was funny. And he probably knew he was going to get suspended. He's like, perfect. Steph's out for like 2 weeks. It'll be great. Like, I'll be out too. We'll come back together.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's roll into the picks. This might not be a fan favorite if you guys are from Baton Rouge, and I feel a little uncomfortable doing it because I love my Tigers, but when I see a line of the night that just stands out at me, I feel like I got to take it. And basically, LSU basketball is playing in the Charleston Open, or it's a tournament in Charleston, South Carolina. A bunch of good teams are going there, and one of them being Dayton, and they're playing Dayton tonight. LSU is +1. I just don't love that. I think LSU is going to get blown out. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to be a hater at all. I love LSU. I want them to win. So I like this bet because if I lose my money, at least LSU wins, and that's a good win for LSU. But after the game where they lost against Nicholls State at home last week, where they were a 24-point favorite, Coach McMahon was in the presser saying how Dayton is a top 15 program, and that they're going to travel 3,000 people to the game, and that he thought his guys are probably unaware of like what they're in for tonight. Now, they had a whole week to practice, and I'm sure he gave them a piece of their mind after that loss and things, and he's going to have them ready. But I think Dayton comes out, and I think they take care of business against LSU, unfortunately.
So my question is, if you are a Division I basketball player playing in an SEC school, how could you not know what you're in for playing Dayton?
The reason I say that is because McMahon, where did he come from again? I'm blanking right now. Murray State, right? Yeah. I'm assuming he's played in the Midwest, and that's where Dayton's from, Ohio, and they just play, are they in the big, I don't know what conference they're in, but I'm assuming he's played there. He knows their fans. He knows their fan base. And I think what he was alluding to in the presser was, do not underestimate Dayton, because maybe you didn't hear about them because we're in the SEC and Dayton's not down here and you don't know who they are, but they're a great basketball program and their fans care about basketball, so they're going to travel and you guys better be ready to play. So that's kind of the way that I took it, and I could see that. Like, as a kid from New Jersey, when I came down here to LSU, I didn't know half of these schools and stuff like that, and I would have had no idea that some mid-majors were good at sports or whatever, and it was like, oh, okay, so that was the way that I took it, sitting in the press conference at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going Dayton over LSU. At first, when I looked at the spreads, Notre Dame was plus 14.5 against Auburn tonight in their tournament in Brooklyn, New York. After I did some digging and understood about Notre Dame's program, I actually wanted to take Auburn minus 14.5. So I'm a little torn on this one, and instead I dropped down the over-under. Auburn is 2-0 in their overs. They've gone over in their 2 games. Notre Dame went over in one of them, so they're 3-1 in their 4 games that both of them have played. The line was at 143.5. I dropped it down to 142.5, and that gets me minus 125. So I'm probably going to throw $20 on that, and that'll be my second pick. And then I'm taking OKC minus 3 over Golden State. No Steph, no Draymond, and the Thunder are nice. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a freaking. If he's not going to be in the top 3 of the MVP this year, I would lose money on that. So those are my 3 picks.
Yeah, I love the Auburn pick. I think Bruce Pearl is just an awesome, such a good coach. I know a lot of people don't like him for other reasons, but I think he's a great coach.
I love him.
Yeah.
And they average 90 points a game. So, I mean, like, let's do the math on that. If Notre Dame can score 50, 52, 53, I feel good about that.
Yeah. My picks today, all, again, Thursday night football, Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays. I'm pretty much always going to have some sort of football pick. That's just what I like.
I love the Thursday night games now. I look forward to them a lot.
Yeah, so I did it all in a parlay. I'm also going to take them as straight bets, so it's actually going to be 4 bets here.
Nice.
But I have Joe Burrow under 251.5 passing yards. That's minus 114. I know a lot of people, especially here, don't love that play. But last 3 games versus the Ravens, he threw for 222, 215, and 217, and he kind of off to a slow start this year. So I like that one. If I was worried about the parlay, that would probably be what worries me a little bit, but I'm also going to take it straight. I also have Lamar Jackson over 42.5 rushing yards. That's, again, minus 114. He's rushed for over 42.5 7 out of the 9 times he's played the Bengals, and Trey Hendrickson just went down on Sunday. Yeah. So they're losing. The Bengals are down a defensive lineman. Lamar is one of the best rushers in the league at the quarterback position. Lastly, Bengals over 21.5 total points. Scored over 21 for their last 5 matchups versus the Ravens. Feel safe there. Even including a loss to the Ravens this year, they put up 24 points. So,
I love it. I told you I loved all 3 of them. I loved your reasoning. I'm wondering, I'm just doing some line reading. I wonder why the over 21.5 is so low at minus 104. Is it because the Ravens have a good defense? Do they have a good defense?
I think it's more so just I think it's how inconsistent the Bengals offensively have been. Even Tyler Boyd dropping the game-winning touchdown last week. Just they've had a lot of weird stuff happen.
Ugh. I had the Bengals in that one too. Killed me. Oh, we didn't do the lottery. Let's do the lottery really quick for the football game. I like the one we've been doing with we're gonna hit that one this year. We're gonna do it.
By the way, the parlay that I have together, again, I am taking them all straight bets. Yeah. Probably throw a little more money on the straight bets than I will the parlay. But the parlay is plus 739, so not far from the lottery.
What's something we could just because I like that one already, but it's not. Those are your picks. I don't want to take them for the lottery ticket. I really do like that. I'm gonna put $25 on the plus 739. I actually really like it, and especially your reasoning.
If you want to make it what am I looking for? You want to make it a true lottery pick? We can throw in Oregon State money line over Washington this weekend.
That's right. Do you like that pick?
I like it. They're the favorite right now. They're minus 2.5.
Oof. What is that? I wonder what that makes it. That'll definitely be over 1,000, obviously.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like 1298 would be my guess.
Let's see here. Oregon State is minus 112. I think Arizona was actually an underdog, but I like them this week too.
Ooh, I'm excited about your 10-second runoff picks tomorrow too.
Yeah. So yeah, Arizona's they're a 1.5 point underdog to Utah. You can take them money line at minus 110, and I love that. If I had to do a power rating, if I had to do a true power rating system, I'd have Arizona right outside of my top 15. I don't know if Utah would make my top 25.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it. Do we like Joe Mixon for do we like Gus Edwards or Joe Mixon better for rushing receiving yards tonight? That's what I'm trying to decide between right
Probably Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, that's what I think too. All right, let's see what his over-under is for that. Over-under is 78.5. I usually like to take 75, so 75 is only minus 150. Let's see what Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards doesn't even have – they don't even have him for – it would be Keaton Mitchell. Wow. Is he their number one back?
Who?
Keaton Mitchell?
No. It'd be Gus Edwards is.
Huh. Gus Edwards must not receive the ball. He must not catch the ball that much. They don't even have it for him. All right, well, we're going to do Joe Mixon, 75 plus. We're going to do – who's catching passes tonight?
Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase. You have –
I might go Mark Andrews receptions.
Love it.
Yep. We were talking about it. I like the tight ends. I like it. Over 4.5. I like him for 5 receptions, yeah. And Jamar's is over 7.5. That's a lot.
Jamar's, 7.5 receptions is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would take that.
What about Irv Smith Jr., 1.5 receptions? He threw to him. He targeted him a decent amount last week.
Yeah, he's the starting tight end for the Bengals.
Yeah. Let's go 2 tight ends. Let's go.
I like it.
All right. And you liked the team total? No, let's stick with our defensive props. Let's see. Jermaine Pratt. I'm going with him again. That's my guy. Over 4.5. Who does Pratt plays for?
The Bengals.
Bengals, right? Yeah. Do you like Logan Wilson or you like Pratt better for tackles?
Logan Wilson.
I like it too because last week I took him for 5 and he didn't get 5. He ended with 3 or 4. So like, I feel like he's gonna get it. What about Roquan Smith? He plays.
So fair warning here. I love Roquan Smith, but he's also on my fantasy team in the IDP. he's been balling. Like, he's solid. He's a 14-point linebacker in fantasy, but that's up to you.
All right. What about Daxton Hill? Who does he play for? You know.
I would go Roquan over Daxton Hill.
Let's go. I like Roquan. Oh man, this is it. It's at plus 1,800. And what kicker are we taking? Justin Tucker, Evan McPherson.
Justin Tucker is literally the best kicker of all time. So you go old school Justin Tucker, or you go young buck Evan McPherson.
So here's the thing: Evan McPherson, his over/under is 1.5. Tucker's is 2.5. So they're saying that the Ravens are going to score 3 touchdowns and the Bengals are only going to score 2, or at least that's what. So the Bengals. I mean, do we think the Ravens score 3 touchdowns?
I think it's safer to take the Bengals to score 2.
I love it. That's kind of what I was thinking too. All right, I like it. Joe Mixon, 75 plus, alternative rushing, receiving. Andrews, 5. Dude, I weirdly love this. Part of me wants to take out Roquan Smith.
Take him out. You're close enough. Like, you're over plus 1,000.
Yeah, we're at plus 2,300 without the boost.
Yeah.
Let's see. If we take him out, we're at 1,300, plus 1,300. We like it?
Yeah, I'm in.
I kind of want to keep him in, though. My gamble. I'm going to do this one, then we're going to add him in on another one, too. But this will be the official, the 5-leg. All right. We'll put it in the show notes, but it's 75 plus for rushing and receiving for Joe Mixon, over 4.5 receptions for Mark Andrews, over 1.5 receptions for Irv Smith Jr., over 4.5 tackles for Logan Wilson, and 2 extra points for Evan McPherson. Plus 1,300. I love it, baby.